The stock market is never wrong, but what it will do is oversell you something or undersell you something.
What's good, Jose? Shout out to Trap and all the people in the Patreon getting money. So look, my question is, I got the triple beam calculator, and I'm trying to understand, like I got Amazon, and it got a few negative years of, free cash flow. I'm trying to see how to tweak it, you know what I'm saying? See if Trap, you can understand, like to explain it a little better for me, so you could, see if my numbers match up the same. Salute.
I was good. I found it. Yep. So the one thing I don't like about the triple beam I haven't figured out yet is how we get the negative years. So one of the things we do with the negative years, you got to be in the triple beam to understand it is, so they give you 5 years of free cash flow, right? So what you want to do is, let's say they got 2 years that's negative, or 1 year that's negative. What you want to do is take the 4 years that they have, add them up, subtract the 1 year that's negative from it, and then divide it by 5. And that'll be the average number you will put in for the negative year. Say it again. You'll take the years that they have positive, let's say, because you're supposed to get 5 years of free cash flow. If they have 1 year negative, you'll add the 4 years up and then subtract the 1 negative year from that. And then divide that by 5 and make that your negative year number. And then you go through it the way you would regularly go through it. You will put that number inside of there, and then you will go through it. And if it's 2 years, you do the same thing, and then that number becomes the 2 years right there. Now, for my people in the triple beam, I want you to understand something. When it gives you that price can be nowhere near the actual current stock price. That's okay. Because the triple beam is designed to tell you value. What is the company worth from a value perspective? Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The stock market is never wrong, but what it will do is oversell you something or undersell you something. I never got the calculator. Are you in Masters of the Triple Beam? You got to be in Masters of the Triple Beam to get the calculator. Yes, you do need it. It helps you a lot. It'll even help you with some of your option plays if you know how to use it right. All right? So I want y'all to remember that because a lot of people, I be still trying to answer the questions in the DMs and the Patreon, y'all. I will never get to all of them. I just don't come to that conclusion. But a lot of people are like, Trap, my number's way off, it's out of sync. It's because you're expecting the triple beam number to be the same as the stock price. Stop it. Stop expecting the triple beam number to be the same as the stock price. The triple beam number is telling you the value of the company. Is it overvalued? Is it undervalued? Which is, intrinsic value. That's what the triple beam is going to do. The stock market is never wrong, but it will oversell you something or undersell you something, or to sell you something expensive or to give it to you at a discount. It's on you to decide which one it is. That's what the triple beam do.
Hey, good afternoon, family. I have a question today around stories. And in the course, you talk about finding your why, right? Whether if it's in an option play and finding out why you're in a trade, or you're doing a buy and hold and understanding why you're doing that. So just want to understand, what goes into building a story? How do you build a story? How do you avoid buying or entering a trade solely based off of the price action and what you can project it to do? And just go about building a story around a position. So I'm really curious to know how you do that, if you can help us out. Thank you.
That's a great question. Now, King, we appreciate you. I truly can't make an investment or a trade without a story around something, because the story lets me know when can I enter, when can I exit. But also knowing when the story has revisited itself. All right, so let's create a story. Let's go in and create a story right now. All right. April, we saw war intensity amplified. All right. Now, when we saw that, we know that that brings a certain kind of turbulence in the market. It affects something in the market with war. But then we saw the 10-year note go from 4.3 to 4.6. The minute it hit 4.6, I told the Patreon group, hey, we got to watch this because 4.7 is a pressure point. And then we saw the VIX go from 13 to 21. That's our story. That tells us that the market is poised to pivot another way. Now, once we understand that, that's one story. Now, what happens is we can build multiple stories and what's going on. That's a great question. So once we understand that story is going on, because now we understand if these are the numbers that make the market go up, then I understood that then we need to see the 10-year note come back down to 4.5, which means the pressure easing off. We need to see the VIX somewhere under 15, 16, and we need to hear the war at least calm down, right? But another part of the story was rate hikes, because we understood that rates were now also the underlining part of the story. I need y'all to listen to me right here when I'm talking. So we needed the Fed to also, one of the things the Fed had been doing was they had been completely disregarding the idea of rate cuts or rate hikes. They just kept saying, we need more data. What's the key words they've been saying? We are data dependent. Data dependent. They wasn't saying we're going to cut. They wasn't saying we're going to hike. They just kept saying we need more data. And it's kind of like the little kid be saying, you keep saying tomorrow, 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 but you ain't telling me nothing around it. Like, why we ain't doing it today? Why we not doing it? So the Fed came out and said, yo, we are not hiking, and the goal is to still cut rates this year. Boom. That's one way we got something good happened to our story. Next, we still know there's a war, but in 3 days we saw, in 4 days we saw 3 different bombing situations going on, right? That died down. The VIX went to 14, and then we saw the 10-year go from 4.7, it started creeping back down to 4.5, now it's at 4.4. Once it got under 4.5, now we had a story where we knew how the market was gonna go, right? That's one thing. But then we say, okay, what industries are feeling it the most? Why this going on? Right? What industries are feeling this? Is it a market event? Is it an industry event? Is it a sector event? Company event? We know that it's a market event because of everything that's going on. It's putting pressure on the entire market. So now we go look and say, okay, what on our watch list is underperforming in a dramatic manner right now? Right? What on the market right now? What in my watch list? Because I don't got to go outside my watch list. I should already have a watch list of however many companies. What on my watch list right now is dramatically underperforming? Okay? Well, Trap, we saw NVIDIA go from 976 to 796. Whoop, that may be a button to press. Because the story around the company didn't change. The reason why I like the company, the reason why it's on my watch list did not change. So that means my stock is falling not because the company doing something wrong, but because the market event is happening, and because we created a story now around the market event. Now once we see the story unfolding in our favor, we can already be in position. But because we see the story holding firm for 3, 4, 5 weeks, it now says, oh, let me go get my company that fell from $976 to $760. But if it falls more, guess what I can do? Buy some more of it because it's on my list. Right? Let me see a company like AVG or Broadcom. go from 1486 to 1297. Oh, the story didn't change around the company. The market applied pressure. Cool. Let me go buy this. Right? So the story was around what is causing the market to do something. Now that causes us to pay attention. I may sound like, damn, Trap is a genius right now. No, it ain't. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I just make the market one of my favorite subjects.